And we have Apple, as you know, is coming in. And I had a little problem with Tim Cook yesterday. I said to him, Tim, you're my friend. I treated you very good. You're coming in with $500 billion.
A single sentence, sharp, defiant, and deeply unsettling, just flipped the table on one of the world's biggest tech empires. This isn't a soundbite. It's a warning.
But now I hear you're building all over India. I don't want you building in India.
And Apple is in the crosshairs. What if a president could unmake globalization with a few brutal words? What if the future of iPhones, international trade, and global alliances came down to one man's economic crusade? That's exactly what's happening. A tense, high-stakes standoff is brewing between Donald Trump and Apple, threatening to shake the foundations of modern capitalism. This isn't just about where your iPhone is made. It's about where power lies in a world divided between nationalism and global trade, and the consequences could ripple across every corner of the economy. Behind closed doors, a chilling message was delivered, not with ceremony, but with cold precision. It cut deeper than diplomacy and reverberated far beyond the conference room where it was spoken. Apple building in India? That's not going to fly. This wasn't a gaffe. It was a shot across the bow, a declaration that directly challenges Apple's global strategy and aims to force an American tech giant into submission. For decades, Apple thrived in China, capitalizing on the country's unmatched production capabilities. But as US-China tensions intensified, Apple pivoted. India became its new manufacturing stronghold, offering tax breaks, eager labor, and a geopolitical safe haven. By 2025, Apple was shipping millions of iPhones from India straight into American hands. Over $20 billion worth of devices rolled off Indian assembly lines in just 1 year. It was a bold move, one Trump sees as betrayal. To Trump, this isn't just about economics. It's about ideology. It's America first or nothing. And Apple, in his eyes, is putting India first. At a private meeting, he reportedly told Tim Cook, point blank, that continuing to build in India would put Apple on a collision course with US trade policy. The room went silent. The message was lethal. Punitive tariffs, regulatory scrutiny, and public shaming were now real threats. This wasn't the first time Trump had clashed with Apple, but now the stakes are higher than ever. Apple's future in India was carefully planned, a strategic response to rising tensions with Beijing. It was working, until Trump flipped the script. If Apple caves and moves production to the US, costs would explode. Analysts estimate that an American-made iPhone could cost over $3,500, more than triple today's retail price. That would obliterate Apple's competitiveness and alienate customers worldwide. On the other hand, standing firm could provoke tariffs that gut profits. And Apple isn't alone. Microsoft, Tesla, Samsung, and Intel are watching closely. India, Vietnam, and Mexico have all become vital manufacturing alternatives to China. But Trump's challenge threatens to unravel these supply chains, plunging the global economy into chaos. India, once a crown jewel in Apple's global plan, is now ground zero for a geopolitical showdown. Indian officials, blindsided by Trump's remarks, reached out to Apple behind the scenes. Apple's response? Calm but firm. India remains essential, and no presidential outburst is going to change that. But make no mistake, this standoff is triggering tremors. From retail giants like Walmart facing price hikes, to chip makers at Taiwan's Computex whispering about sanctions and supply chain collapse, the fear is real. Even NVIDIA is pledging to shift $500 billion of hardware manufacturing to the US, a move unthinkable just 2 years ago. Investors, spooked by volatility, are abandoning tech bets in favor of real estate. It's not about innovation anymore. It's about survival. As Trump draws his economic battle lines, the world holds its breath. Apple is cornered. India stands defiant. And the rules of global trade are being rewritten in real time. What began as a business decision has exploded into a political flashpoint with repercussions that reach from Silicon Valley to New Delhi and beyond. The future of technology, trade, and power is hanging in the balance. And it all started with one sentence. Tim, we are not interested in you building in India. The world is watching. The next move will reshape everything. What if I told you your next iPhone might cost more than your monthly rent, and not because it's gold-plated or AI-powered, but because of a single tweet from Donald Trump? We break down the biggest stories shaking up tech, politics, and your pocket. Today's episode, it's not just another headline. It's a full-blown economic power play. Buckle up. A single move by Donald Trump has Wall Street rattled, Apple scrambling, and your future iPhone possibly tripling in price. But the real story? It's buried behind the tweets, the tariffs, and the talking points. So stick around, because the truth is way wilder than you think. It started like any other day, until Donald Trump jumped on social media and detonated a policy bombshell. No warning, no leaks, just a sudden announcement. 50% tariffs on all imports from the European Union, effective June 1st. And then the shocker, a 25% tariff on Apple, unless they start making iPhones on US soil. At first, it sounded like bluster. Just Trump being Trump, right? Wrong. This wasn't just noise. It was real-time policy, announced via tweet, and Wall Street didn't wait to respond. Apple's stock immediately slid nearly 3%, dragging investor confidence with it. But why Apple? Why not Facebook or Google? Simple. Apple is more than a company. It's a symbol. The crown jewel of Silicon Valley. The logo in your hand. Targeting Apple isn't random. It's personal, it's political, it's symbolic warfare, and it's risky. Now let's rewind. Apple already started shifting some iPhone production from China to India to dodge earlier trade tensions. That wasn't about patriotism. It was survival, logistics. But now Trump wants more. He wants iPhones built here, in America. On paper, that sounds patriotic. In practice, it's a logistical nightmare. Experts say it could take 5 to 10 years to fully relocate iPhone manufacturing to the US. And the cost? Brace yourself. Your $1,000 iPhone could jump to $3,500. No new features, no diamond screen, just the same phone with a government-induced price tag. And let's be real, when average Americans see a $3,500 phone, they won't be applauding job creation. They'll be furious. Even Trump's own staff knows it. Privately, they admit this would hammer consumers. Publicly, silence, dodge, deny. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has been grilled about this, and her answers, evasive at best. The truth? Behind closed doors, even the administration knows this move could backfire spectacularly. Meanwhile, Apple's CEO, Tim Cook, is caught in the crossfire. He met with Trump just days before this bombshell. Reports suggest Trump gave him a personal warning: move your factories or pay up. But here's the thing. Apple isn't a corner store. It's a global giant with supply chains stitched across continents. Shifting that kind of operation isn't just hard, it's practically impossible in the short term. So what's Trump really after? A win, a narrative, a headline that says he brought American jobs back, even if the price is economic chaos and consumer outrage. And let's not forget, this isn't just about Apple. It's a shot across the bow for every multinational company, a warning: play by America first rules, or face the wrath. Markets are spooked. The global financial ecosystem, already on edge from geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainty, has taken a sharp turn for the worse. Investors are pulling back, stock prices are tumbling, and volatility is surging. Headlines flash with red arrows and grim forecasts, reflecting the sheer nervousness spreading through the trading floors of New York, London, Tokyo, and beyond. Amid this chaos, Apple, one of the world's most valuable and influential companies, finds itself at the epicenter of the storm. Apple's market value, long a symbol of stability and innovation, is now under pressure. Once considered a safe bet in both boom times and downturns, the tech giant has not been immune to the shifting winds of global finance. In recent weeks, shares of Apple have experienced sharp fluctuations, shaving billions off its market capitalization in mere hours. Analysts are revising earnings projections downward, citing everything from declining iPhone sales in key markets to supply chain disruptions and regulatory crackdowns. For a company that has often served as a bellwether for the tech industry and the broader stock market, these tremors are deeply concerning. So here's the reality. This isn't just a tech story. It's a drama playing out at the highest levels of politics and economics. Trump's tariff threat isn't just about trade, it's about redefining what it means to be an American company. But in the end, it's not CEOs or politicians who pay the price. It's you. Thanks for watching. If you found this eye-opening, smash that like button, subscribe for more breakdowns like this, and let us know in the comments. Would you pay $3,500 for your next iPhone if it meant more jobs in America? Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, stay connected.